What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another post-game live here on Dime Dropper. Before we get started, you already know the drill. Follow us on social media, Twitter and Instagram and TikTok at Dime Dropper Pod, and subscribe on YouTube at Dime Dropper. Hit the notification bell so you know every single time I go live or post a video. Check out my most recent uploads, posting vlogs at basically every game I've been to this season. I've been to, I think it's 11 games now. They've all been really quality. Tonight, going to be talking Clippers, going to be talking Lakers, both teams in action tonight. Clippers winning, Lakers losing. It's some Clipper fans' favorite kind of night. Laker fans, if you're in here right now, please stay tuned. I will be talking about your game in pretty good detail. But let's start with the Clippers, given this is a Clipper channel, and my guys have won 8 straight. Clipper Nation, let's get some 8s in the chat right now. Live from Los Angeles, as always, ladies and gentlemen, right now we are playing at a level that we haven't seen in the regular season in the 2-1-3 era. We haven't. That's the simple fact of the matter. We have not. It's going really well. It's going really, really well right now, and it all started when we moved Russell Westbrook to the bench. James Harden, Terrence Mann, Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, and Ivica Zubac, they've been doing their thing. By the way, everybody that's on Twitter right now, please go to the link right below you. I am deleting the tweet. I like everybody to be on YouTube because I try to get my YouTube channel to 10,000 subscribers. Please come to YouTube. The link is right below the tweet you're watching. Thank you very much. That tweet is going. Goodbye. Everybody in YouTube, shout out to you. Let's get to it. Clippers already had won 7 straight coming into this game at Indiana. Now we got a couple of road games before we play Boston on Saturday. I'll be in attendance. That'll be a good vlog for sure. This one, an absolute beatdown. And I feel like I'm saying that a lot this season. And that's the way it's supposed to be when you got this caliber of stars on this team. 151-127 over the Indiana Pacers. I know what you're thinking. That's really high scoring. But if you've been paying attention to the Indiana Pacers this year, they have had these outrageous score lines in all these games that they play. No defense, a lot of offense. And playing against a team like the Clippers that are rolling on all cylinders right now on both ends of the floor, they were going to have a long night. No Miles Turner in this one. And you know what? It was not even a problem. Only the first quarter was kind of in contention, kind of similar to the Knicks game. It was 38-37 Indy after one. But after that, we blew them away. And just like against New York, too much star power. It's a super team. Anybody denying that because they don't like the semantics of the word super team and they want to debate it and all this stuff because for some reason people have a hard time admitting when there's a super team in front of them, whether their favorite player or their favorite team has one. This is a super team. It's the first ever super team in Clipper history. It looks like it on the court. It feels like it when I go to games. It feels like it from a marketing perspective, from an attention perspective. When people are coming out and saying there's only one ball, how can they make all this talent work? That is stuff that is always said when you put super teams together. And if there's any doubt that James Harden is a star caliber player or a star in this league still, then there shouldn't be any more. I said it on so many shows. James Harden has been an all-star player every single season since the 2012-13 season. He has. That's why this is a super team. And you might be wondering, well, why were you so against James Harden? Again, there's many reasons, and I'm not going to restate them right now, but I didn't want a super team. I'm going to be honest. I hate super teams. I don't like it when players are asking for more help, basically, and they already have a star with them. I think it's a little soft. I thought the Clippers, Kawhi and Paul George could have attacked the regular season the way with the team we had. But the thing I got to remember is, and what's really brought me, kind of to earth to realize what's going on and to appreciate it, is this the point that some fans are making in the beginning before James Harden suited up for us, and that was that you got to think about where we've come from and what we were as a franchise when I started even watching the team. To even think that players of this caliber would want to be Clippers so badly. That's where I got, and I stuck through all this shit. I stuck through terrible seasons. I stuck through the most disappointing playoff exits. And this is really our team. Like, I earned the super, all of us fans, we earned the super team with our loyalty to this team, especially being second-class citizens in Los Angeles. People do not understand what that means. They don't understand because they've never lived here and felt it. The players themselves have talked about it on shows and their pods. It's different, man. It's tough. It's like when you're in Green Bay, Wisconsin, right? And the Packers lose, you go to school the next day and you can mourn with all your Green Bay fans. When I went to school after we lost, It was, oh my God, 24/7. What happened, D? What happened, D? You don't understand, bro. I had to field questions at the presser like I was fucking Glenn Rivers. So remembering all these things and seeing the team we have, that's what really brings me back, to be like, you know what? I hate super teams. I don't fuck with Harden like that, but it's my Clippers. These guys, none of these guys were in the league when I first started watching the Clippers. And the fact that we have all these guys and they want to be here is a crazy thing. Then you add in the Southern California thing. It could be a feel-good story for Clipper fans, but then I start saying, okay, I got to slow down. Everybody, listen, my timeline tonight on Twitter, you were acting like we won the championship. Like we're about to win. Like this is it. You never know. Maybe we do. Maybe we win the championship and I end up looking like the Charles Barkley of this fan base with terrible ass predictions. I am really bad at predictions. That's why I don't bet. So I'm here for game analysis and strategy stuff, not predictions. I'm god awful at that. But my timeline, man, I'm not the fun police, right? I always say in life, not just cheering for a basketball team, but you definitely should celebrate your wins if you're going to take your losses hard. So Clipper fans should be ecstatic. 8 straight wins. We haven't had this in the 2-1-3 era. And this is what happens when you play every game, by the way. How many times did I say over the years, you can't build a winning streak with this load management shit? And don't just give me, it's just because they're healthy. Nah, bro. Nah. The first season, Kawhi was sitting out back-to-backs, and you'd come back the next game and drop 30. Don't give me that shit that they're the only reason they missed games because they were injured. Bullshit. I'm not going to out people on this show, but I know for a fact that's not true. Okay. Just trust me on that. I make connections with people. It's not true. So it's over exaggerated by the outside world. Yes, but don't know. Kawhi Leonard and Paul George have definitely, and when Paul George is pushing back against load management on his own podcast, that should tell you everything you need to know. Whatever is happening this season from the top down, I think they needed last year to get their asses humbled to realize how you need to attack the regular season, not plan for the long haul. Nah, you plan for the long haul by building good habits in the short haul. That's what you do. And that's what the Clippers are doing right now. Talent before trade, after trade. And yeah, having the move of Russell Westbrook going to the bench, 13-3 since that move. 13-3 to go along with that 8 wins in a row. We're the hottest team in the league right now. And Ty Lue, no one's going to give him credit because it's a lose-lose situation when you're a coach of a super team. When you win, you should be winning. You have all this talent. When you lose, he can't make it work with all this talent. Nah, man. That's not how we roll. Not over here. You got to give credit to the coach. Ty Lue's doing things well. From the decision to put whoever's decision it was, whether it was Ty or the front office, to put Westbrook on the bench. I know I wanted Harden on the bench. At the end of the day, I wanted one of them on the bench. Okay, Harden is better than Westbrook. I'm not denying that. I never denied it. I just felt as though I'm a big believer of you earn your spot. You don't just get replaced like that. That's what I was thinking. But no, that's not the point to go back and forth with that. Fact of the matter is what Ty Lue did is working. It's working. And Westbrook and Bones Highland, who I was very worried about in terms of buying into that, that's what I meant by the vibes, may not be the same. It's not that the players dislike each other, but I didn't expect Westbrook and Bones, and maybe that's on me, big time wrong on that, to be so professional. Westbrook and Bones were some of the biggest cheerleaders on that bench in the fourth quarter. You cannot, these are the sacrifices that are needed to win championships. And shame on me, didn't think that they were willing to make them, just given the exits from their previous teams. And right now, it's looking like the Brooklyn Nets big three kind of thing with Harden, Kawhi, and PG, but with better defensive personnel and more depth, and Westbrook off the bench, and Norman Powell, who's already a 6 man of the year type of player, already coming off the bench. We're loaded. We're loaded. I'm not going to talk about down the line. So the reason I was saying keep like a level head, Clipper Nation, is we're still only 16-10. The eye test looks great. The quality of the players that we have looks insane, but it's all about this team will only be fully judged in the playoffs. Like James Harden has done it all in his NBA career, except for that last hurdle. Russell Westbrook has damn near done it all, except for that last hurdle. Paul George, same deal. It's all about playing big in the big moments and also being healthy, but at the same time, enjoy the ride. It's like it's a balance. You enjoy the ride without going too crazy. Clipper fans are going absolutely nuts tonight. But, hey, man, I like to let people rock. That's just my opinion. Now let's talk about the specifics of the game. 151-127 Clippers. In the beginning of the game, it was the 2-1-3 show. We saw Obi top in on Kawhi. Buddy Hield on Paul George. Don't know what they were thinking there, but because we have James Harden, you got to pick your poison. So we had Bruce Brown on James Harden, Halliburton on on Terrence Mann. Isaiah Jackson started in place of Miles Turner, and he guarded Ivica Zubac. They were no match for us, really, in terms of guarding. I mean, Buddy Hield against Paul George. We know that PG has something extra in his tank when we're playing against the Pacers. And I liked how we got him going early with mid-post touches, elbow touches. He hit his first shot right over the top of Buddy. He had this beautiful Euro step in transition going from left to right in the first quarter, and he was fully in his bag throughout the night. I mean, snatchback threes. I love this shot diversity, and I have to say, ever since we went to the bench, ever since we went with Westbrook to the bench, the shot distribution has been excellent. And I got to give Harden a lot of credit for that. He has understood the assignment of the right balance between when it's time for him to get into the pick and roll or isolation and when it's time to feed Kawhi and Paul. And granted, Ty Lue is calling a lot of sets. He's calling a lot of specific plays for those guys. So Harden's just going with the game plan, but there are also spontaneous times where Harden makes the decision. And of course, when those actions are being run, he's oftentimes the guy getting the pass or the assist. So it's just an all around, got to give credit to everyone. And an unsung hero in this offensive, masterclass the Clippers put on these last two games is Zubac and his screen setting. James Harden has absolutely made Zubac's life easier, but Zubac makes everyone's life easier being the best screener on this team. And he has just been phenomenal the last 15, 16 games on both ends of the floor. Rebounding the ball, protecting the rim. It just felt like Zoo was swatting away shots like I swat some of these flies that go into my room. I mean, easy money. Absolutely easy money. Big Zoo. And one of the things that was undeniable, I don't know if I mentioned on this channel or just locked on, before the trade happened, or when the trade happened, I should say, James Harden, if there was one guy that we knew his life was going to become easier with him, it's Zubac, because you got to go over the screen with Harden because of his jump shot. And that gives him the opportunity to go downhill and make a read. His bounce passes are absolutely fantastic. Best bounce passer we've had since CP3. I see a comment about Milos Teodosic. Shout out to Milos Teodosic. I can't fully assess how great he was as a passer relative to Harden and Chris Paul and Westbrook because it was so short-lived having him. He got injured so fast. But James's bounce passes are on point in the pick and roll. That's allowing Kawhi and Paul to get open shots as well. Now, they were getting open shots to begin the season with Russ, but in the pick and roll, now they can get more open shots and cleaner looks with Harden. 38-37 after the first. Kawhi. Let's talk about Kawhi Leonard. Oh, my fucking God, dude. The level that he is playing at. I hope other fans around the league are paying attention. Because not only has he played every game, knocking on that wood, he is playing at that level that we basically traded our whole future for. Everybody brings up that graphic all the time of how much we gave up for PG. But you got to remember that was the condition in getting Kawhi Leonard, made by Kawhi Leonard himself. We needed to get another star to appease him. And this is why you give all that up. Because when he's on the court, how many, give me, with a straight face, how many players are better than him? I'll take, you want me to save you the thought, the thinking? There's one in the league that I'm going to say right now is clear-cut better until proven otherwise. And that's the big, slow-footed, can't even jump over a phone book, ultra-talented, high IQ, defending Finals MVP Serbian Nikola Jokic. Giannis, I'm still taking Kawhi in the playoffs. I know Giannis has been on a heater this year, though, because of, he's put in the lab with Akeem. Okay, I see you, Giannis. But nah. Kawhi's just got that 3-level scoring threat. He's unguardable one-on-one. He's unguardable. He don't even have to get by you to beat you. You don't even have to have that quick of a first step. His mid-range game, especially with all the spacing in this era, and James Harden's only helped with that in the half-court set. Dude, he gets to his spots very easily. You put a guy that's too big on him, he's shifty enough still to create enough space. You put a smaller guy on him, he's bullying him. Even when he was catching the ball 18 to 20 feet away tonight, he was just taking the guy right to the paint, 2 feet in the paint, backing him down, 2 dribbles, turn. Like, it's so easy for him. It feels like he's going to make every shot. He started the game 8 for 8. Like, this is Clipper Nation. Like, this is why I say I don't like saying these kind of things. Because every time I try to say, like, oh my God, like, I got to be so thankful for what I'm watching right now with Kawhi. I'm like, I want to make bold statements and feel all certain types of joy. But it's like, if it doesn't happen in the playoffs, or if he's not there in the playoffs, then it's like, I'm just going to be heartbroken again. So I'm really trying to stay even keel this season. But Kawhi, we've never had a player like this before as the Clippers. Never. I can't speak on Big Bob in Buffalo. In LA, we've never had a player like this. So great. Both ends of the floor, but just the ability to be unstoppable. Consistently unstoppable. Nah, man, this is special. His efficiency is just off the charts as the season progresses. We've seen that last season as well. I want everybody to see, even though he didn't win Conference Player of the Week, which I think, obviously, I'm going to be biased to my guy that I'm watching every game of. They gave it to Luka, but if you're a fan of another team, 107 people are watching this right now. Even more are going to be listening on the podcast version. If you're a fan of another team, please take a look at what Kawhi Leonard is doing or catch a game one of these days. He's playing insane basketball. Let's talk about when the Clippers really took over. We did not give any quarter but the first in this one. Won the second 40-28. I like the impact that Russell Westbrook had at the end of that first quarter, bringing in a little bit of energy, rebounding, getting downhill. Had a nice pass to Kawhi where they doubled. He cut right away. Give and go, layup. Love that from Russ. Gives us a different dimension. Harden, he's going to be a spot-up three-point shooter when he passes the ball to Kawhi in the post. Westbrook oftentimes will look to cut, dive, middle. In the second quarter, to start it, we went with no 2-on-3 for the first 4 minutes and 2 seconds, and we were actually down by 5. That was the worst the game had gone at that point. TJ McConnell was causing some problems. Thought Russ and Harden at times got the corner turned on them a little too easily. And speaking of the Pacers, Tyrese Halliburton, he didn't play last game, and he probably shouldn't have played this game because he was non-existent. He didn't look the same. They weren't running nearly as many pick and rolls, didn't feel like at least. And he just didn't cause problems. I want to give credit to the Clipper defense, and I am, but it's not just that. A player that has shown that they're that as good as Tyrese Halliburton has shown that he is, he's not playing that badly. But Clipper, players you got to give a lot of credit to. Terrence Mann being one of them that took the majority of time on Tyrese Halliburton. He did a really good job, especially in the third quarter. First quarter, a little shaky, but in the third quarter, he was lockups. Wasn't falling for any of his fakes, doing a great job trailing him on screens. The thing about Tyrese, he doesn't really have a pull-up on a dime. He has to set his feet. His mechanics are not necessarily that smooth, and that gives guys time to recover. Let's see if that bites him in the ass in the playoffs. You heard it here first. He needs to come to a full stop. That's the type of underrated shit. You know who doesn't have to come to a full stop, though? Kawhi or Paul George. They were cooking, man. PG was cooking. Snatch back, fade. You got the whole, and then defensively was so alert as well. Interceptions, getting to loose balls, active hands, solid one-on-one defense. But in the second quarter, it was the James Harden show in the second and fourth quarter. Fourth quarter was something different, but in the second quarter, he really was starting to cook in the pick and roll. I was on blow-by watch tonight, and when I say blow-by watch, that means our Harden and Kawhi blowing by guys. Well, James Harden, he got the better of TJ McConnell and Buddy Hield in this game. Now, I know what you're thinking. Buddy Hield, that's not saying much. But TJ McConnell, he's not the worst laterally. He actually moves his feet pretty well, and Harden got by him. So you're starting to see a little bit of that burst come back from James Harden. Will he be able to do it against great defenders in the second round and further? That's where ultimately he will get fully judged. But he looks pretty good. He looks just as good as last season. There's no doubt about that. He had an amazing quarter, knocking down the three, getting into the paint, making really good passes. We had the lineup of Paul George, Kawhi, Norm, Zoo, and Harden, which has been one of our best lineups statistically. Kawhi actually came out with 2 minutes left in the second quarter. He was 8 for 9 at the time. I thought the Clippers just overall, though, just kept rolling really well. Harden had 12 points in the second, and Zubac was great, just on the roll with Harden, finishing with authority, blocking shots, whatever you got, or whatever you needed from Ivica Zubac, you got in this one. He had a great game. 18 points, 16 boards, 3 assists, 3 blocks, 0 turnovers on 7 for 10 shooting and 4 for 5 from the line. Let me say that a little slower for you. 18 and 16 to go along with 3 assists, no turnovers. How about 3 blocks to go along with that? On 70% from the field and 80 from the line in just 26 minutes. That's Ivica Zubac. That's your starting center, Clipper Nation, and he's been playing excellent basketball, and you better believe that James Harden has been part of that. Clippers won that quarter 40-28. They went to the half with a 77-66 lead. Third quarter was even more home cooking. Rolling on all cylinders. Tyrese Halliburton was getting clamped by Terrence Mann. PG's defense was good. Thought James Harden's defense was pretty good. Solid help, active hands. You cannot, I will say this. I've always said, even though I don't fuck with Harden's game like that James Harden's defense is overblown how bad he is at it. When he wants to be, he can be solid. And as a Clipper, he's been a little better than solid. And that's something I've been surprised at. I thought he could be, at best be solid, passable. He's been pretty good. And it's been more than just the good hands. It's been closing out pretty well, knowing where you're supposed to be, communicating, trying to do your best when you're guarding one-on-one. And if that keeps up, even if he has bad shooting games in the playoffs, with the talent that we have, it'll be enough to get by. He just needs to be doing the right things and stay engaged mentally. Not those lapses, not those unserious performances where he looks gassed and tired. And with the talent that he's got, I don't think he'll be as gassed and tired. Third option Harden is the way to go. If you still believe, and I definitely wasn't one, but now I have no choice, to believe that James Harden can still win a championship having such a big role on the team, it's third option Harden right now. And that's the way to go. Because he could be the second best player or even the best player on a given night, but throughout the course of the season, I'm saying overall, in my opinion, third best player. Harden stands, and people that don't like Paul George's game much will argue that because Harden did have a better season than Paul George last year overall because he was healthy in the playoffs. But I'd still take Paul George for what he does on both ends of the court. People can argue with that in the comments. I'm taking P. But James, shit. Third option James, that's the way, in my opinion, to win a championship. Because we saw second option James last year. That's not it. Anyway. PG's defense was good. Kawhi, PG, and Zoo were just continued to be great in that third quarter. Norman Powell started out a little cold, but he hit 2 threes in the third. And after that, I just knew we had the Pacers. There was not going to be any run. They really struggled in that quarter. And by the way, Tyrese Halliburton also just threw the ball away a couple of times. Straight up. Our defense was sharp. Kawhi Leonard had 11 points in the third. He played the whole quarter. Paul George had 9. Then Zoo had 7. So we got 27 points from those 3 alone. Harden actually didn't even score in the third quarter. But oh, wait. Oh, wait, indeed. Russ, at the end of the third, absolutely everywhere. Rebounding, getting to the paint. I mean, you got to love how efficient Russell Westbrook's been lately. You always want him to, potentially get more minutes. He shared the court with Harden in this one, actually. And it's been looking better of late, Harden and Russ playing together. Does that mean I want it to continue? I don't know. I would like Russ to get more minutes, and if he and Harden can play together and it's not a disaster, I'm down for that. The one thing, though, I really want to stay away from, and we have stayed away from it, this entire winning streak, is all 4 of them being on the court together. It really does feel like there's only one ball situation when you have those 4. And that's the reason why I didn't want this clusterfuck of a trade. But again, credit Russell Westbrook, Ty Lue, whoever went into this decision to put him on the bench, and him being such a pro about it. It's changed everything. Because right now, let me tell you something. From a marketing perspective, it feels like a big 4. From an excitement perspective, it feels like a big 4. But it really does feel like a big 3 when you watch the games, because Russell Westbrook oftentimes is not even getting 20 minutes a game, and he's not starting. It feels like a big 3 when you watch the game. And the Westbrook haters will say it is a big 3. Fuck Westbrook. I'm a Russ guy. Y'all already know that. And Russ has been awesome in his role. 10 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, a steal, and a block. Only 1 turnover on 4 for 6 shooting. 2 for 4 from 3. He has not shot the ball well from the foul line this season. in 17 minutes. So again, under 20 minutes. But man, I'll take 10, 4, and 5 with 1 turnover every day of the week. And the Clippers took care of the ball in this one. Only 11 turnovers. Only 11 for the Pacers as well. I'll take 11 turnovers. The shooting percentages, though, for the Clips. Both teams actually shot well. Pacers shot 52%. Clippers shot 57%. So another game shooting lights out from the field. But the Pacers, who shoot a lot of threes, they were 12 for 33 from three in this one, 36.4%. It's not terrible. But the Clippers, 19 for 38 from deep, 50%. I mean, when you have all these stars, easy to generate shots, good shots. I never had a problem with our shot generating until crunch time at times with 2-1-3 when they're healthy. Never. And with Russ, I think that improved. With Harden, it's taking it to another level in the half-court offense. And another game where the Clippers shot well from the line. 20 for 23, 87%. I'll take that all day. Clippers out-rebounded the Pacers, 46-34. That's crazy that the Pacers had 12 more assists, 38-26. Clippers moved the ball well, though, in my opinion. But yeah, now it's time for the fourth quarter. Clippers outscored the Pacers 37-28. But the fourth quarter was the James Harden show. He was going Drew League style. It was unreal. Only one thing you can say. That's all you can say. I mean, that was ridiculous. But we've seen it before from this guy. I mean, this is why he's top 75. Step back, Jack, the one that he brought into the game, the traditional step back, he gave us both in that fourth quarter. He was doing the dribble. Again, I don't love his ISO package, but he was hitting and he was putting on a show. The team was in great spirits. They were jumping up and down. And it looks like the vibes, ironically, are still fantastic with the new team. Now, again, when I said that in the past, I was talking more about team chemistry. No, I'm sorry, not team chemistry. I meant roles, mixing things up, Clippers not winning as much, and people not seeming like they're in a good mood. Now, when we were losing, it felt that way. But now that everybody's kind of in the role and guys have accepted their smaller roles and everybody's rooting for each other, it's amazing. Credit to the team, the coaching staff, everyone. I'm looking very wrong as of now. There's no doubt about it. But again, with me, you guys already know, my loyal fans, you guys know it's about the playoffs for me with Harden. Not mainly after this first round, second round. If we make it to the conference finals, I will be very thankful and I will admit wrong. If we win 60 games, by the way, I'll also admit I'm wrong. Even forget the playoffs. But wow, man, James Harden, Plumber Jim, the beard, the system. I don't like the system because it doesn't feel like James Harden, the system. It feels like he's running the show and he's like the engine of our offense in the half court. But we're running shit through Kawhi mainly. But James was insane. That was great. I'm going to have to look at that picture of him screaming in the camera the rest of the year, which is going to be whatever. But it was hilarious. You're doing snow angels on the fucking court. Oh, my God. 35 points for Harden. 3 rebounds, 9 assists, a steal and a block, and only 1 turnover. What a game for him. He was a plus 32, which was the highest of any player on the court. The efficiency was off the charts as well. He did not shoot well last game, and we still won by 20, which is such a great sign. So you knew he was due for a good shooting game, and he brought it. 12 for 16 from the field, 75%. 8 for 11 from 3. Oh, my God. And one of them was in and out. 3 for 3 from the line. Jesus, 35, 3 and 9. A steal and a block, 1 turnover on 75% shooting, 8 for 11 from 3, 100% from the line in 28 minutes. If that, you don't get better than that. Then Paul George, 3 guys with 27 plus and 6 guys in double figures for us. I mean, God, we're cooking right now with gas. 27 points, 3 rebounds, 4 dimes, a steal and a block for PG-13 in his former home. Only 1 turnover. He was 9 for 21 from the field, 5 for 11 from 3, and 4 for 4 from the line. I liked his diet of threes in rhythm, one-on-one after creating separation, and some catch and shoot. And then Terrence Mann, just 4 points, 2 rebounds, and an assist and a block. 2 for 5 from the field. Again, 0 for 3 from deep. I like how he's shooting without hesitation, but man, we really need these to start falling. Let's see what his 3-point percentage is now going into this game. I doubt they've updated it. Let's see. Going into this game, shooting 24% from three. It's going to drop a little bit to probably like 22 after this one. We need that to get up. I still have the faith in Terrence, but the thing about him is, even with this shit, he still finds a way to be positive and do little things that help win. Tip an offensive rebound to a player, guard, get out and run, cut, be in the dunker spot when we need him. He does his job. He was a plus 10. Daniel Tice, 4 points, 9 rebounds, 2 blocks, very active in his minutes, just 1 for 4 from the field, knocked down 2 free throws, played 22 minutes. And again, where would we be without Daniel Tice? We're 13-2. I'm sorry, 12-3 with Daniel Tice. Already mentioned Westbrook. Amir Coffey looks like he has taken Kobe Brown's spot in the rotation, and I'm very happy with that. I like the way he's playing, even though he had a donut in this game, 0 for 1, that only shot being a 3. He got 3 rebounds, had 2 assists, and he guards. And I like that because he's one of our only homegrown players. It's Brandon Boston, Musa, Kobe Brown, Terrence, and Amir. I would love if we got at least 2 homegrown players in the rotation of all these guys that have made their name someone else and come. I like some homegrown, even though these guys are from Southern California. By the way, I was driving to Orange County and I was passing by Lakewood and Artesia where Harden went to high school. I don't know how the fuck that still qualifies as LA County, man. You go 10 minutes, you're in Orange County. It's closer to Disneyland than it is Staples Center. That's wild, bruh. It's still LA County is so massive. Jesus. I also just found out Palmdale was still considered part of LA County a couple months ago. The one that I knew was from is Westbrook. I know where he's from. He's in the city of Los Angeles. He actually gets within the parameters. Where are we at? There's one guy I'm forgetting. Oh, Norman Powell. How well has he been playing? He's been cooking in that perfect role, attacking closeouts, being off the ball. 19 points, 3 rebounds on 6 for 11 shooting, 4 for 6 from 3, and 3 for 3 from the line in 30 minutes. He was awesome. Absolutely awesome. The Pacers, nobody besides Benedict Mathurin scored over 15 points. He had 34, and you couldn't even tell. TJ McConnell had 10. Tyrese Halliburton was held to 8 points, 11 assists, and 4 turnovers. He was a team worst, game worst, minus 37 in 31 minutes. He was 3 for 12, 1 for 5 from 3, and 1 for 2 from the line. Oh my God, Tyrese. Sneaking it up in here. 25% from the field, 20 from 3, and 50 from the line. Garbage. I'm not saying he's garbage, just a garbage performance. I'm a big Tyrese Halliburton fan. He's my favorite player in the 2020 draft, besides Amir Coffey, of course. The Clippers win it. 151-127. My player of the game is I'm gonna go with Kawhi. I'd like to say it was, you know what? Let's give it a 13 strippers. Let's give it a James. I'd say it's Kawhi because Harden, I thought the game was already over when he was going off. And he was better defensively because he's just better defensively than Harden. But with Harden, with trending on social media like that, I'll give it to Harden. Let's talk about the Lakers. Actually, you know what? Before I talk about the Lakers, let's read some comments. Let me get a drink though, fellas. Goddamn. Don't comment for a sec, guys. Let me read. We need a Ty Lue, Zubats, and Team Man Appreciation segment for all the shit they've been hearing from fans. Damn right. DJ, I think that's DJ Primal says, what a time. Shout out to DJ, says time to be alive. Sub Stratos says this team is beasting. What a time to be alive. Clipper fandom is loving this. I'm moist from all this winning, especially win streaks. I have to go to bed. Almost 2 a.m. here. I'll watch the replay of this during lunch. Thank you, Stratos. Brendan says 13 strippers, Jay Harden. Jose Lopez says, let's go Clips. What's going on? Jalen, he says, die, my man. What's up? What's up, Jalen? The realist says, clip gang or don't bang. 8 straight. Next. Extra Ernie TV. If that's my boy Ernie. Yes, sir. Arjun Singh, talk to me, Darian. Is that the Harden fan from Twitter? I think that's the Harden fan from Twitter. Robert Lowry. Is this the guy that said I was an ungrateful fan? If that was you, I hope you're apologizing to me for being such a dick. You can just talk about the Clippers and skip the other team. That's not true. My Laker fans are important to me. Shout out from the Philippines, Dan. We cooking right now. Sonic the Hedgehog. Yes, sir, Sonic. K Jazz says today's a good day. Yes, sir. Cue that up on the playlist. I've never seen Kawhi stand up to celebrate a teammate getting buckets. I'm pretty sure he's done it. Robert says, hell yeah, favorite kind of night. 8's in the chat. Varan Cheesy says, where ESPN and Skip Bayless now? Why so quiet? Damn right. As soon as you start talking about the other team, I'm out. That's fine, bro. Get the fuck out of here then. Kawhi was losing it on the sidelines. Yeah. Clippers. This is probably the greatest Clipper team ever. In theory, it should be. I mean, we have a super team and we have the best player we've ever had. And we never had a third star like this with DJ. Scarlet Pup says Kawhi load managing these fourth quarters by taking care of business the first three. Yeah, that's how you really load manage. Varanchi Z says need to be Boston to really make noise. No, we don't. Harden's the best player on the. How are we feeling, Clipper Nation? We're feeling good, Drew. Clippin' Man says, I'm not much to watch ESPN and all their BS, but I've been hearing Perkins give all this flowers to Ty Lue. I never thought I'd ever see myself rooting for Harden, but here we are. Dude, I mean, what do you think? How do you think I'm feeling? This is nuts. It's the weirdest experience I've ever had as a fan, bar none, end of story. I don't even know how to describe it to you. It's so weird. Like, I was so happy to see Harden end ringless, but I want my dream to come true, and it's just crazy how those two things conflict now. Obviously, I care more about the Clippers winning. Harden and Kawhi need to be apologized by mainstream media. Yeah, if anyone called Harden washed, I agree. If they say that I don't think he's going to win a championship, no, they don't have to apologize. Kawhi Leonard, for people to say that he's like not good anymore, I totally agree. Stephen A wanted Kawhi to retire. Dude's the best in the league. Yeah, that was excessive. Let the media hate. I ain't a Clipper fan because they're beloved. Yeah, that's right. Missed the games. This is perfect. Appreciate this. Thank you, Okung says. Great day for LA sports. Yes, sir, Sherman. Shout out to Sherman. Turnover numbers have been shocking. Best passer since Milos. I'd say since Chris Paul scam. Kevin Kingsley, my mod scam. Shout out to him. This is surreal to me, Darian. Man, I love this team. We streaking. What's up, Uzier Khan? Legend. I would like to, hey, I'll take your offer on those road mics, by the way, brother. Scarlet Pup says if Kawhi plays every game he can, like he's been doing, he can win the regular season MVP and finals MVP. You're damn right about that. Don't get to catch many lives. Love the content. Shout out to Tiger Hoods. Hopefully, if Kawhi takes down Luka, OKC, and Boston, the MVP chatter gathers noise. Oh, if we keep winning, it will. Legendary Noodles says this team has been so fun to watch. I feel you. Hashtag give no a quarter. Bryant Chucky says, is it Bryant? Love that my boy Russ happy and giving that good energy off the bench. Damn right. Miles Johnson says Harden only took 8 shots through 3. Really surprised how well he's balanced his scoring and passing. I agree. And he still gets to do what he wants to do, and that's dribble, which he has the ball in his hands more than anybody and touches the ball more than anybody. Hey, love, I will return here when I find Wi-Fi. Shout out to Aslan Ilyayasa. 2018 MVP Harden unlocked. Nah, don't settle down, Mike Smith, brother. Not that excessive. Can we make it 10 straight? I think we might be able to, William. Mercedes Quileste says, happy for the team chemistry. Absolutely. How the fuck are teams giving up 150 points? As the great Kyrie Irving once said, there's not a lot of defense being played. And it's tough to guard NBA offenses these days with the schemes and the rules and the shooting. Hassan, I don't even like listening to your comments, bro. Can you put him on timeout? I just don't even like listening to him. W says Halliburton got locked up like Jokic. Nah, that was worse. Yeah, I think Halliburton got locked up. Jokic just was missing a lot of easy shots. Wish we could find a way to get Bones back in the rotation. Yeah, I wish too, but it's not smart right now. OC Love says salute time. Salute, OC Love. Mercutio Murphy says another beautiful game. Big 5 when we signed Blake. Please sign Blake Griffin and just let him ride the bench. Please, I beg. Blake is cooked. Not for real minutes. Just have him ride the bench. Tony G. That Harden sequence had me going crazy. Is that Tony G, the one that went to high school with me? I doubt it. Another lucky win from the Clippers. A pure stroke of luck. Oh, you're such a fucking hater, dude. We will see what happens in May and June. Yeah, your team won't be going further than us this year, I don't think. Unless we play Denver first, maybe. If Clippers or get hurt. If Clippers keep, what's up, Jason? He says if Clippers keep this up, the media has to start including Kawhi in the MVP race. Damn right. What's up, Daniel Barry? He says Clippers Celtics finals. Harden. Aren't you a Laker fan? What's going on here? What's up, Manolo El Bay? When the fourth quarter started, Harden was 6 for 10, 6 straight buckets for Harden. Congrats on the W. What's up, Carla? Says I'm here for it. Shout out, Carla. Kobe. Is that the Kobe from Twitter? Says Jokic, Fox, Halliburton, Steph all had their worst or second worst games of the year against us. Damn fucking right, brother. Hassan, I hope you're black saying the N-word, bro. So stop. Can we get this guy out of here, please, mods? I'm out, Robert. Yeah, see you, Robert. It's a man. World is hooping. We're going to make you an Ant-Man. No, I am a fan of Ant-Man, Scam. I like Ant-Man. He's a beast. I love his attitude. Do you think Kawhi deserves to be in the MVP conversation? Absolutely. Pull up. What's going on? BJ says, what up, Don? Everybody should subscribe to BJ's channel as well. He's a kinder man than me. And he's a Clipper fan. Such a good win, and yet we can still get better offensively. Absolutely. Just wait till Terrence and Amir start hitting. Pull up says we clicking on all cylinders. Corvette Dave, are you still not a Clippers fan because Harden's on the team? If you really believe that I would stop being a Clippers fan because of one player, then you're fucking delusional. Do you know how much I've invested into this team with, hours, emotions, money, my family? Like, you really think one player would stop me from being a fan of the team? Please. No, I have not, Lucas. I know you want your Knicks flowers. I know you do. JB was dining the Lakers. JB was redlining versus the Lakers to got the win. Redlining. Kawhi masterclass. That's damn right. Dime, what's going on, Tom? What's good, bro? I was looking for you after the Warriors game, but didn't see you. I'll catch you next time. Bro, I'm always at the same spot, across from the Kareem statue in front of Tom's. It's great we don't need our stars to do that for wins in the regular season. Happy to see Harden wingless. Bro, can we get this guy out of here? Yes, I was a Harden hater. What are we talking about here? Everybody knows that. If there's no player you guys dislike, then you're a better man than me. I have a specific style of basketball that I like and don't like. Clippers versus Celtics, and refs can't wait. Go Clippers. We are a way better team than those overrated purple and gold fruits under LeFraud James. Jesus Christ. PG and Harden won't be going crazy like they are right now in the playoffs, but it's fine because Kawhi will take over, so he'll run through him using Harden. I really hope PG does have some games where he goes crazy, though. The Lakers are not better than the Clippers, and that is the most unbiased take right now. You going for the Boston game? Yes, I will. Who cares if they won the in-season tournament? It's meaningless except for the money. By the way, I was the first person to leak that on Twitter. That was hilarious. Can't believe they hung a banner for that shit. It's not the Lakers' fault, though. It's Adam Silver's alien ass. Lakers been frauds. They only win against trash teams. That's excessive. I'm just calling it how I see it. Harden won't be getting those calls in 5 months. Yeah, that's probably true, but will PG step up in the postseason for the first time? Oh, my God. Can we give him a timeout, please, mods? Christian Moore said, my Pookie Bear, PG-13 is winning a chip this year. 50% from 3, pure luck. Please, can we get this guy on timeout? I probably came too early or late. Damn, I was there. All right, Laker time. And now, celebrating how many years? 64 years in Los Angeles, in Southern California. The franchise with 16 NBA titles, 16 and a half. The home team, your Los Angeles Lakers. All right, let's get to it. Lakers and Knicks. Lakers losing that last game to San Antonio without LeBron, D'Lo, and Cam Reddish. Load management, it looked like to me, if they're just playing one game later. Now, granted, neither of them, LeBron looked pretty good, man. But I still think that they probably could have played against San Antonio, and they didn't. Medical staff being cautious. They bit the bullet, and now they lost again. So let's talk about the game. Lakers, Knicks. No Mitchell Robinson for the Knicks. Starting lineup for them was Jericho Sims, who only played 3 minutes. Julius Randle, Dante DiVincenzo, RJ Barrett, and Jalen Brunson. In the first quarter, the Knicks got off to a good start. They led by 8, 35-27. I thought that Brunson and Randle were uber aggressive. And you really see one of the Lakers' first flaws. Their point of attack defense just isn't really that good. So, yeah. Like, Taurean Prince is a good defender, but he's not a great defender. Cam Reddish is a good defender, but he's not a great defender. LeBron is not going to guard those players on the ball, and Anthony Davis can't just bail you out constantly. Reeves is mediocre. D'Lo is a little below average, even though he's been trying harder this season. And then Jared Vanderbilt hasn't really gotten fully healthy yet. And also, he's a liability offensively at times in the half court. So the Lakers, they have a lot of guys that are good at one specific thing, and they're inconsistent at the other thing to be considered very good role players. And right now, I really think their role players are shaky. And then their third and fourth guys are basically all offense guys. And when their shot's not falling, they can be a little shaky. And they can't really play together because defensively, they're pretty ass together. Did the Lakers just hit a hot point last season and ride off momentum? Did they? They were able to start all 4 of them. Was Dennis Schroeder that important to this team? Lonnie Walker? Were those 2 guys that important to this team? Because the Lakers, they have a better record right now than last season. But last season at this time, they had Westbrook and they were in a disastrous period. The Lakers, Anthony Davis has been great. LeBron's been great. I can't believe I'm saying this, but the other guys have kind of let me down. The other guys have kind of let me down. And when I say me, I mean in expectations perspective. I don't root for the Lakers, but I with LeBron on the team, man, I hope they lose every fucking game because the stands. I'm a Stan hater, bro. I don't like the fanboys. That goes for the Kawhi, Harden, and PG and Russ stands too. I don't like you, except for if you're part of that 0.5%. If you're part of that 1%, and I like you and you know that, then you know we're cool. You're that 1%er. There's some Harden 1%ers I've befriended, like that guy that was in the chat earlier. There's some Russ 1%ers. Russ might be. I get 5% for Russ because I love Russ. Kawhi, like Stratos, Kevin Kingslayer. These guys are that 1%. So, oh man, did I freeze? No. I hope I didn't freeze. If you can still hear me, leave some comments. But man. Oh man. Oh, I froze. Okay. I gotta get my StreamYard figured out, bruh. I gotta get my StreamYard figured out because it's freezing so much lately. Like every time I go like over like 40 minutes, it starts freezing. And it has nothing to do with my computer because my computer's gotten refurbished. Shout out to my guys in Vegas. My computer's gotten refurbished and it doesn't really get that hot anymore. So, all right, let's go. I don't like the LeBron fanboys, man. So I don't root for them. But the rest of the team has been disappointing, I think. Randall and Brunson were getting whatever they wanted. Randall was guarding LeBron on defense. The centers obviously were guarding AD, Jericho Sims, Isaiah Hartenstein. D'Lo was guarding RJ Barrett. I think this was a really bad defensive game for D'Lo. He got lost off the ball a couple of times, got beat off the dribble. There was one time where he was in the second half, third quarter, like a rotation that was so confusing where like he ran to Quentin Grimes in the corner instead of tagging Randall at the basket. LeBron was so mad at him. He didn't even look mad at him. I could tell by LeBron's body language how annoyed he was. And rightfully so, to be honest, on that play. DiVincenzo was guarding Taurean Prince in that first quarter. Oh, by the way, Lucas giving me the fun fact. Hartenstein, career high 17 rebounds. Shout out to former Clipper Isaiah Hartenstein for that. That's big time. But Austin Reeves actually gave the Lakers a spark offensively in that first half when things weren't going well. Speaking of spark, though, offensively, Emmanuel Quickley. He was insane off the bench for the Knicks, getting in the paint, getting downhill. That step back he had in the second half was absolutely filthy. Taurean Prince, Cam Reddish, Austin Reeves, these guys all had their hands full with Emmanuel Quickley. He was awesome. He was pretty quiet against the Clippers, but he had a great game in this one. Score after the first quarter was 35-27 to the Knickerbockers. By the way, I see Scam's comment about OBS. I've had better luck with StreamYard. And StreamYard wasn't doing this a while ago, so I just got to maybe, figure something out, try to get something adjusted. But second quarter, Lakers actually won this one 31-22. They went into halftime with a 58-57 lead. The Lakers had a stretch where they were down by like 10 points in that second quarter, where they were missing easy ones. They were generating a ton of good shots in the pick and roll, whether it was Reeves AD, high pick and roll, or whatever it may be. There was one lineup that had Jackson Hayes, Rui Hachimura, LeBron. So it was really big. Austin Reeves, I think one of Reddish or Taurean Prince. And they were just missing a bunch of easy shots. I think D'Lo, Reeves, and LeBron each airballed at one point of that third quarter. It was weird. They were missing. LeBron was 3 for 10 at halftime. They just weren't hitting shots. Cam Reddish and Taurean Prince were getting a bunch of open looks. They weren't hitting. Rui Hachimura was struggling with Julius Randle. Julius hit this beautiful turnaround in the corner, right corner, turned over his left shoulder, fall away. Then he hit him with a little hezzy, hang dribble, hard drive left, bank shot. Julius was impressive. The Lakers, actually, their substitution pattern was a little different in this game. Usually they stagger LeBron AD after the first substitution till the end of the half. But in this one, they went with all 4 of them at once midway through the second quarter. So all 4 meaning D'Lo, Reeves, AD, and Bron. And then they ended with LeBron on the bench. And I'll tell you what, to end that second quarter, and I'll tell you what, Anthony Davis really restored order on both ends. He was hitting shots in that pick and roll, finishing. He had that mid-range jumper that he hit. Then at the end of the quarter, he had another jumper. I thought Taurean Prince, though, defensively, for all the shots he was missing, I thought he was pretty solid in the first half. As far as Jalen Brunson, though, he was still cooking. Cam Reddish, as I mentioned, he was kind of struggling with Jalen Brunson. He didn't really have that great of a game for me, Cam. And one thing the Lakers did with LeBron out to end the quarter, and that carried into almost the entire third quarter, was they went to a 2-3 zone, little matchup zone. Midway through the possession, they'd switch to man if they had to. And the Knicks, I thought, did a pretty good job of getting the ball into the middle of the floor, the high post in that zone. But what they were doing was they were trying to get the ball out of Brunson's hands and force guys like Barrett and Hart to attack the gaps and try to make plays. It was actually working. D'Angelo Russell, by the way, 3 for 5 from 3 in the first half. But the second half, the Knicks started with the third quarter, outplayed the Lakers. They won the third quarter 33-22. And LeBron in the third was basically playing exclusively point guard. Tons of pick and rolls with AD. They were getting really good shots, got him for a lob, hit a 3 early in the quarter, also got the ball in a post up, quickly spun baseline on RJ Barrett and scored. So I thought LeBron turned up his aggression in the third quarter and was just much better in the second half in general. D'Angelo Russell struggling on defense. That was hurting the Lakers. It felt like the Knicks just had a better chance of getting stops. It did. I mean, the Lakers, again, they just have no lockdown defenders. AD cannot just guard everyone. Prince and Reddish are good. If they're your best point of attack defenders, you're not winning a championship. And you know what that means? Then Vanderbilt needs to get healthy and show that he can hang offensively soon, or the Lakers are in big trouble. Gabe Vincent, he hasn't played in a long time. Will he be able to help there? Because he wasn't that bad defensively at all for the Heat last year in the playoffs. I actually thought he was good. Is he Dennis Schroeder defensively? In my opinion, no. Lakers were in the zone basically the entire third quarter until the 2-minute mark when LeBron came back in. It was okay. Taurean Prince was missing a lot of open threes, a lot during the stretch. There was a lineup with Reeves, D'Lo, AD, Prince, and Rui on the court, and it wasn't great. It was it was whatever, actually. I think that was actually the one that got him kind of back in it. But it was a disastrous end of the quarter for the Lakers. Disastrous. And it was a lot of Austin Reeves. Even though he was the one in the first half that got him kind of back into it, he had a foul baiting miss. He had a bad pass. Then he stepped out of bounds. And the Knicks took advantage of it big time. Quickly hit Prince for 5 quick ones. And what I mean by that is he had that little hezzy in transition for a bucket. And then he had that relocation off the screen where Prince went under and quickly hit that fall away 3 in the right corner. And then Quentin Grimes hit an open left corner 3 on the break. And that made it a 10-point game. So the Lakers down by 10 going into the fourth. That was a bad inning for Austin Reeves there. And in the fourth, it was a Jalen Brunson takeover. He was not able to be stopped. He got the game up to 10. Lakers did make a run, though. LeBron got into it. AD got into it. But it just felt like other guys couldn't step up. And D'Lo didn't even really close the game. You know, D'Lo's lows are just really bad. Just really bad. That's not a star caliber player. It's not, because he only really eats against bad teams, it feels like. He really peaked in Brooklyn, in 2019. It's kind of sad. Austin Reeves, I mean, let's read the lines now, but credit to New York. They bounced back from that Clipper game, Came up big. I thought Hartenstein, by the way, bothered the Lakers in the offensive glass all night long. All night long. So, yeah, not good enough for the Lakers. It's a bad loss. They outscored the Knicks 29-24 in the fourth. But right now they've just got guys that are mediocre. No, I'm not going to say mediocre, but good defenders, but not great, that are so hit or miss offensively. And then their third and fourth options are just kind of inconsistent. They don't really play D. They're trying, but they're not very good defensively. So let's read the lines. Knicks win it 114-109. They went 10 deep. Taj Gibson, former Trojan, got some minutes, only 6. He had a donut, 3 rebounds, didn't even get a shot up. Jericho Sims played 3 minutes, and he started, and he got donuts across the board except for 2 fouls. Quentin Grimes only played 11 minutes. He made 1 shot, and it was that 3 I described. 3 points, 2 assists on 1 for 5 shooting and 1 for 4 from 3. Dante DiVincenzo played 19 minutes, and I thought he was pretty good. 8 points, 1 rebound, 3 assists, and a block. 3 for 5 from the field and 2 for 4 from 3, and both of the shots were pretty difficult. 19 minutes of play. Josh Hart played 22 minutes. I think he always makes a decent impact, but remember, I'm watching this game from a Lakers perspective because it's an LA channel. 6 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, and a block for Josh Hart, but he turned the ball over 4 times in 22 minutes. He was 2 for 6 and 0 for 3 from deep. The Knicks turned the ball over 16 times in this game and still won the game. Lakers only turned the ball over 10 times. Knicks shot 48%. Lakers shot 42%. And the Lakers shot 11 more shots than them. Man, Knicks shot 10 more free throws. I will say the Lakers did not get a very good whistle tonight. They didn't. LeBron especially. And they shot 12 for 13 from the line. So 92% is good. But the Knicks, credit to them, they shot well from the line on 10 more attempts. 20 for 23, 87%. They also won the rebounding battle by 11, 52-41. But yeah, that's tough for the Lakers, to get 11 more shots up. But 10 more free throws, that's easier points. So, can't really say much there. They turned the ball over less. Yikes. Emmanuel Quickly. He played 29 minutes and was just spectacular. 20 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and a steal. Only 1 turnover. 8 for 15 from the field, 3 for 7 from deep. Made his only free throw in 29 minutes. That is some 6 man of the year stuff from IQ. Then you had RJ Barrett, who I thought was pretty quiet. 12 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and a block. Only 1 turnover, though. Shot 30%, 3 for 10, and 0 for 2 from 3. He was 6 for 6 from the line, though, in 30 minutes. It was whatever to me. Knicks fans, if you're watching, let me know what you thought of him. Isaiah Hartenstein. He actually played the most minutes of anyone besides Randall, 39, and he had 9 points, 17 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, and 2 blocks on 3 for 4 shooting, 3 for 6 from the foul line. But man, that's a really good performance for Isaiah. He was very active on the offensive glass, and the Lakers didn't have much of an answer for him. Knicks it felt like they just outworked the Lakers. Then you had the duo, Jalen Brunson. I was going to say he was player of the game, but now looking at these stats, I may have to go a different route. I'm going to go with him, though, personally. Knicks fans, you can argue. Let me know. Laker fans, you can argue. I'm going with Brunson for my player of the game because he closed well. 29 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, and a block. He did turn the ball over 4 times, so see him. I want to look at that. Line in 37 minutes. Just an awesome performance by Jalen Brunson, one of the best point guards in basketball. And then you had Julius Randle, who was awesome. And I saw his stats. He averages 25 points against the Lakers in his career. So he likes to take it to his former team. 27 points, 14 rebounds, 3 assists for Julius on 12 for 22 shooting, 1 for 4 from 3, 2 for 2 from the line. Surprised that he only got 2 free throws because he went to the basket a lot, but he had a really good game. The games where you think, oh, this is why he's an all-star. 43 minutes. Now for the Lakers. I haven't seen the box scores yet. Jackson Hayes played 8 minutes. Lakers only went 9 deep. Christian Wood, with their offensive struggles, should be getting some more minutes, in my opinion. I know he can't really guard, but they really should consider it when they have Vando and other guys of size in the court. I know they're very afraid to put Christian Wood at the 5, but I would say try putting size out there, making him hedge the screens, and seeing if you have enough rotations to force bench players to shoot threes. That'd be my strategy. because I think he deserves a place on this team when they're having offensive struggles and droughts like they do. Jackson Hayes got 2 points and 2 rebounds on 1-for-1 shooting, 8 minutes. Very quiet. Jared Vanderbilt only played 14 minutes, and he didn't even register a shot attempt or a free throw attempt. He had no points, 2 rebounds, and a dime, and a turnover. That's just not gonna cut it. You're gonna need Vando with the lack of great point of attack defenders this team has. You're gonna need Vando to have a bigger role. You're gonna need it. And Torian Prince got as many minutes as LeBron in this game. I just don't think he's warranting that many minutes. Rui Hachimura only got 17. He had 8 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 steals on 3 for 6 shooting and 1 for 2 from 3. I have not seen enough evidence to say that Torian Prince is better than Hachimura. Now, granted, you want him at the point of attack, but they had Cam Reddish at the point of attack. They got to find a way to get Rui more minutes because he can score, and they need that. He wouldn't. Oh God. Let's go with Cam Reddish next. He played 27 minutes, 4 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 3 steals. That's a good stat. No turnovers is good. 2 for 9 from the field, 0 for 4 from 3. There were so many times where he had a chance to hit a big 3 and he didn't hit it. You need better from him shooting the ball. He's never really shown much good offense as an NBA player, really. He hasn't. He wasn't good enough for me, Cam Reddish. How about D'Angelo Russell? He wasn't good enough either. 9 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, and a steal. In the beginning of the third quarter, it just kind of felt like he was not involved because LeBron was kind of just dictating. But I think you needed to see a little bit more D'Lo AD pick and roll in that first half. It's been working really well this season. But there was one time, they ran it, and D'Lo, he passed up an opportunity to take a pull-up jumper because he set his feet, pump faked, hesitated, shot back of the rim. He a lot of times makes those shots even with the pump fake, but it looks bad when he misses. He shot 30% from the field. He was 50% from 3, 3 for 6, but he was 0 for 4 from 2. He doesn't get to the line. He had no free throw attempts. 9 points, 3 rebounds, and 4 assists. 9 points is just garbage. You need much better from D'Lo. Much better. Then we go to Austin Reeves, who played 33 minutes. I thought he was good, but he can be better. He had too many good looks to shoot 6 for 15, in my opinion. 3 for 7 from deep, 5 for 5 from the line, but he can be better than 40% with the shots that he's getting. 20.7 assists, 1 steal, 4 turnovers, though, and those crucial ones at the end of the third, that hurt. So I don't think he's off the hook either in 33 minutes. I'd say he was the third best player, but it's not saying much when a lot of guys didn't play well. Then you have Torian Prince, who played 39 minutes. He had 9 points, 2 rebounds, and 3 assists and a block, 1 turnover. That doesn't sound too bad. Defense was not that bad either. But he was 3 for 13 from the field, and all of those shots were threes. Torian Prince shooting 13 threes. You're not like, let's see what three-point percentage he has coming into this game. He's so inconsistent. It's crazy. 38.5. So like by the percentages, he's shooting well from 3. That's going to drop majorly, though, after this. He'll probably be down like 36%. But, man, maybe just 37%. But that's crazy. It's just he's so hit or miss. Some nights it feels like he shoots like 60% from 3, and others he'll shoot like this. He was poor. He shouldn't be getting that many minutes when he's shooting like that and not playing. He was playing better defense than other guys, but he's not playing great defense by any means. Quickly was cooking him. But I thought he does better against bigger forwards. LeBron, 25. He had a triple-double. My goodness. I didn't even feel like that. It's amazing the way he can find a way to still put up good stats. But I will say he had a bad first half and a good second half. 25 points, 11 rebounds, 11 assists, and a steal, 2 turnovers. I thought he wasn't bad defensively, but he wasn't particularly good. I thought he was decent. 10 for 23 from the field, 2 for 8 from 3. So he's been shooting 40% from 3 this season. I think that's going to drop. But I think he might be able to shoot 37, 38% on the season, which would still be great. But right now, a big problem is that LeBron, he's been the Lakers' best three-point shooter. And you need D'Lo. Let's see what he was shooting from 3 coming into this game. 39%. So even he, by the averages, is still shooting well. It's just the consistency, I guess. LeBron didn't shoot well from 3, though. He was 10 for 23 in the game, but shot 25% from 3, 3 for 4 from the line. He absolutely should have gotten more free throw attempts than that. 2 turnovers. That's fine, I guess. Yeah, 11 to 2 assist turnovers. That's pretty good. I thought AD, though, was the best player for the Lakers. He continues to be really, really good. 32 points, 14 rebounds, 2 assists and a steal, and 2 blocks. 2 turnovers for AD, 14 for 22 from the field, 1 for 1 from deep. I think that came really late, like in garbage time. 3 for 3 from the foul line. Very efficient game for him in 35 minutes. AD's been playing really, really well. I have no bad thing to say about him in this game, personally. LeBron, tale of two halves, but he's not going to be amazing every single night at this age. We're asking a lot of him at that point. But the other guys need to be better. They need to be better. And I think the Lakers could have come out with more effort and intensity on the offense, on the rebounds and defense in this game. Wow, Anthony Davis. I don't know if it's registered the stats from this game, but in the month of December, he's averaging 29 and 13 on 52% shooting and 43% from three. That's pretty crazy. Anyway, Laker fans, right now, I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know if this is a championship team. And I said it was because of LeBron and AD, but right now the other guys need to step up. And to be honest, I think they will. But I think you need Jared Vanderbilt to become a bigger part of this team because your defense is still not that great. And I think you also need Gabe Vincent back to just give you a little bit more guard defense. And maybe he can help with the three-point shooting. I know he wasn't playing well in the beginning of the season, but that can change. And then also, Hachimura needs to play more. Taurean Prince can't be Darvin Ham's lover. I don't like the way that's going. So I wouldn't panic too much. It's a marathon, not a sprint. But I don't know, Laker fans. I don't think you're a championship team. Anyway, that's it for me in this one, guys. Now to the live subscribers waiting patiently in the chat. Super chats are turned on if you want to drop $1 or a dime. Any donation helps. All right, let's see where we're at with the comments.